Welcome to Lighting Insights by Morlights. I'm the owner of Morlights, Avraham Moore. Today we're going to get a little technical. We're going to talk about 0 to 10 volt dimming. This is going to be the first in a multi-part series talking about lighting controls. So why are lighting controls so important? Well, we want dimmers in our homes to create mood, and we need dimming in our commercial spaces to meet energy code. And why are we talking about 0 to 10? Well, it's the most prevalent control type for LED sources because it's very easy for fixture manufacturers to integrate 0 to 10 volt dimming. So what is 0 to 10? How does it work? And how does it differ from dimmers? Let's take a look. I have here a standard wall box dimmer, fading, looks like a switch, but it's got a little slider on it. And we have two wires. We have our hot and we have our switch load. Very easy to install, gives us our dimming, works great. But for LED sources it gets a little bit more complicated. And with 0 to 10 it gets even more complicated. So we have again our same wires that we saw before, our hot and our switch leg. This dimmer actually requires a neutral. We have our ground, and then we have our purple and gray wires, which are ultimately our 0 to 10 volt control wires to the light fixture. So you can see with a single dimmer there's a lot of wires that need to go into that box. Now what happens if you don't have a wall box dimmer and you have maybe 4, 8, 16 zones in a space? That's where you go to a panelized system like what we have behind us. This device is actually a 4 0 to 10 volt device. So this device is equal to 4 of these. And what do we got going on here? We have 8 wires coming in for our control wires. So we have 4 purple, 4 gray wires. We have our switch legs going out for each one of those, our hots to the 4 zones. We have our hot to power all of those lights, and we have our neutral. So this system, which has 4 zones of control, uses 14 wires. That's a lot of wires to track. When you're using 0 to 10, you really have to pay attention to your wire count as well as your conduit fill. Now there are other systems that are available, and we'll be talking about those in future episodes, including some of our favorites. Thank you for paying attention today. This has been Lighting Insights by Morlights. The team is always available to answer any of your questions when it comes to lighting or lighting controls. Cheers.